Hey, Facebook family, friends, relatives, and everybody. If you join me from other social media platforms, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, welcome to my live feed. I do these on a pretty regular basis. I don't do them about people, I do them about things in life that maybe we don't see, maybe we don't realize, maybe we just turn an eye away from. Um, And with that being said, I just want to let you guys know that the title of this video is Why Are You Scared to Break? Um, Breaking is not a bad thing, folks. Breaking is actually a great thing. Breaking allows you to see what is not there. Breaking allows you to understand why you're in a condition that you're in at the moment. Breaking allows you to see the steps that led you to where you are. Breaking allows that growth of inner well-being. Okay? So, when you say breaking is bad, let me ask you a question. Okay? Did you, in life, ever come to a moment where you had to stand still? Sometimes physically stand still. Why was I just here? What was I just doing? Oh, right. I was just buying some groceries, or, oh, right. I was just going to grab a drink. Oh, right. I was just going to find out what's on TV. Sometimes, oh, right. I was just getting my work done. Don't really want to be there. Anyway, guys, so that's really what this video is all about. I'm gonna explain some scenarios and really show you guys why breaking needs to happen for the better parts of life to come for you. Okay? Just so you guys know, I do have my notes with me on hand, and I'm going to be glancing down at them every now and then, okay? So, forgive me for, looking here and there, okay? Let's get into it. From the very get-go, guys, we're going to talk about, growing up, okay? When you were a little kid, growing up, you ended up following your brothers and sisters, okay? Now, if you're an only child, I understand this may be a little hard because you don't have someone to look up to. That person you look up to may be your best friend, maybe your relative, maybe your mom, maybe your pop, maybe whoever, all right? And those people are your figures that you still look up to very highly, okay? And while you look up to them, they hold a very dear value to you, okay? They hold knowledge. Now, they hold knowledge of wealth and power and endurance and sincerity, okay? Now, these words, while not have very many letters, hold very high value in your life, okay? Because while you needed them to stick around, they were there, okay? And these people, okay, teach you lessons that progress your particular life, okay? It may have been teaching you how to eat something on your plate. May have been how to teach you to brush your teeth. Maybe how to swing a bat. Maybe how to roller skate. Maybe how to ride a bike. Maybe how to eat a pair of chopsticks. Eat a pair. Wait, does that make sense? No. Eat with a pair of chopsticks. Okay? Eat a pair. It wouldn't taste very good. Anyway. So, I think you guys get where I'm going with that. I'll be honest, guys. This video also is going to be a demonstration on how breaking, okay, and not knowing and not having everything is actually a blessing, okay? And this also is to tell you guys that when you breaking apart does not mean it's the end. Breaking apart does not mean there is no more. Breaking apart does not mean that's it. Breaking apart means that's part of where that path ends. But I guarantee you, through one of your paths that you traveled, okay, a life path is like a road, okay? And excuse me for really showing you guys this, okay? But here is the road, okay? It's gonna come around here, go around there, and that's where it's gonna stop, okay? But along the route, you could have gone there, you could have gone there, and you could have gone there, and you could have gone there, you could have gone there, and you could have gone there. As a matter of fact, this road right here could have led you up right there, could you led you up there. Okay? You guys see that? There's the path that you was destined, okay? Right here. And that's your final end point, okay? That's where you want to be, right there, okay? Now, this might be school. This might be a car. This might be work, okay? This might be your fam, okay? This might be, retirement, okay? We're going to keep those as particular parts throughout this video, and we're going to glance back at them, okay? But look at this chart, okay? Look at this graph, okay? Is that a straight line? Well, if you avoid the side streets, right? I mean, am I showing you something else? You got side roads. You could have taken them, okay? Now, 9 times out of 10, a lot of these roads don't have a yellow sign at the very end. Right here. Okay? What do you think that sign says? 8 letters, 2 words. Can anybody tell me what that sign says? I'm sorry. It was 7 letters long. 2 words. Okay? I'll give you a hint. First one starts with a D. The second one starts with an E. Y'all know what it is? That's right. It's dead end. Okay? Dead end is where life actually stops. Okay? Now, if you're a believer, like I am, okay, y'all know that this is a false representation of life. Because what happens here? You have what's called the afterlife. And I'm going to demonstrate, not really in reality, alright? But I'm going to show you guys later and explain why there is an afterlife and a form of it. Okay? And it might be a little bit controversial, and it might be a little on the odd side. But we're going to cover it. Okay? Just not in this video, guys. That's not what this video is about. Okay? So, alright. Let's start with school. Okay? You go through school. You go through a couple of classes, okay? Here, there, and you get bogged out, you get bummed out, and you fail a couple of them, but you still have others, okay? If you fail one, what's going to happen to your road? Okay? What's going to happen here? That road's going to die. But where's the branch? Where's the root going? The root is going on and on and on. Okay? That path has the potential to reach the end. Right? Look. It has the potential to reach the end. Okay? So just because you fail one of your classes does not mean that you should stop. Just because you fail one of your electives doesn't mean that's the only elective you can take. How many electives are there? There's hundreds and hundreds. Guess what? Google it. Google how many schools there are. You think there's only 55? Think again. There's a lot more than 55 schools around the United States, folks. And that's just around the United States. What if you travel abroad? Didn't think about those, did you? But we're going to talk about that in another one, in a video, what are you called to do? Okay? So, school is going to lead you toward the end, but it's not going to be the end. Okay? And as you go from school, you're also going to get to your car. Okay? Now, some of you guys, I know that you might be in the wealthy department, okay? And you might inherit one, all right? And you'll get that one, and that car is going to get you from here into work. It's going to help make you some money, and it's going to help you retire and get to the end, okay? Now, if you get that car, and it meets up with school, okay? And you travel down and down, and you go down this path here, okay? And you get into your family, you go see them, okay? And then you go into work, and then you go say, I've seen my family, I've hung out with them, I meet them a couple of times, okay? You're going to follow that path right back up, and you're going to come back close to it, but not quite, alright? You're going to come back up towards retirement, and you're going to keep on going until we hit the end. But I drew dotted lines because that's the afterlife, okay? Again, that's not what this video is about. Shh. Okay. So, looking at my notes here, alright, I'm going to tell you guys and give you guys a little bit of a secret. When I was in school, okay, so right now, we're in this part of the tree, okay? The road, the path, the tree, what have you. Think of a tree, okay? Make it easier on you, okay? This is the ground, and this is the top of it, okay? Where all the leaves and flowers and all that. That's where we want to get to, is the top of it, where we can see everything, okay? And here is the root of everything. It's where everything all forms, okay? This is where you were born, right here, okay? And you get to age 9, 13, 16, 21, 30, 45, 58, 68, and whatever age you are when life takes you by the hand, okay? Looking at this, okay, This is exactly a depiction of my life. Okay? Now you would think, but you don't talk about it much. You just say that today is just a good day. That's right. Today is a good day. Because of everything in this picture. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell y'all something here. My first car was a Volvo. A Volvo S80. Okay? It wasn't mine. I didn't have it. I had access to the keys to it. Okay? So, I was able to go to school and go to work. Okay? Now, you might be thinking, well, that's not all that great. I mean, what can you really do? You can't go see your friends, can't go out drinking, can't go out partying, can't go buy whatever you want, can't go see whatever you want. You're right. I couldn't. I could go to work, make money, come home, go to school. But what was my priority? My priority was going to school and going to work. Because I was a late bloomer. Unfortunately, I ended up turning 19 when I graduated high school. Almost 20. I know. It's crazy. Alright? Anyway, my first car was a Volvo. Having had driven that Volvo through school, I was like, I need to get me a job, give me a better job. I need a job that will give me more money. I want money. Okay? So, I started going to Giant, and my first job, guys, was working as an ice cream scoop guy. Just scooping your ice cream, putting it in a cup, and giving it to you in the hands. I made $9 an hour. You think that was great? Back then it was great because I didn't really have a whole lot. I wasn't really living on my own. Okay? So, I was making enough to put gas in my car, pay my phone bill. Yes, I paid my own cell phone bill, guys. At the age of 19. Crazy to believe it, but I did. And I kept going, and I went into work, and I just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and I rebelled. And I got to the point where I got fed up. I just went in, I got my work done, and went home. And there were a couple of times I went in, clocked in, didn't want to be there, didn't really have a good attitude, and I clocked out. You know what that did for me? That killed me a job there. For those of you guys who know me, don't give away the answer. For you guys that don't know me, I want you guys to participate just for a little bit right now. How many jobs do you all think I have had to this day? Just give me a random guess. This video's live, so I'll give you a couple seconds. Okay? Thumbs up, guys. I've had 22 different jobs in my whole life. 22. You can't even count those on two of your hands. You can't even double your hands. I've had more jobs on my hands and feet than I have actual ligaments on my fingers. Ligaments mean a finger, okay? My finger's here, my toes. So, the car may not have been the greatest car and may not have been the end for me. Do you know what it did? It got me to making money. So my next job was construction. Now, do you think I could have gone to construction places in a Volvo? All rocky, no gravel, destroying my transmission? Nope. So guess what? Mom and Pop ended up getting a pickup. Guess who had access to it? That's right, I did. You think I could go see my friends, my family? I'll go from here to D.C. and D.C. to West Virginia and West Virginia to Maryland? Nope. Only place I could go, two places. Name them. Work and home. That's right. You think I liked it? It was a truck. It was nice. Was it mine? Nope. But I had to do something with that. With my money. Had to keep money aside. Do you think I like that too? No. Had to take that money and save it and keep it aside. I really wanted to spend that money. I'll tell you what, guys. When I was young, naive, my friends, go party, hang out, I wanted to spend that money. You know, have a couple of drinks and go buy a couple of toys and, you know, go have fun with my life. Life is short, right? But you know what that did? That truck in Volvo turned into my Ford Explorer. Do y'all remember that white Ford Explorer? Guess who paid with that truck in cash, all on his own? Me. It's mine. Was mine. I own that thing with my rights and title. Man, I tell you what, guys, when we went and saw it and I gave the guy cash and I was able to drive home knowing that I could go wherever I wanted to because it was mine, oh, it was the greatest feeling in the whole world. Okay? A couple things led to another, and that truck was it. It died, meaning there was no life left in it. Okay? And I eventually saved up my money and bought me a pickup. I put a lot of faith in a guy. Paid a lot of money for it. I only had it but 2 days. 2 days, guys. Two. It was a 1500 Ram. It was a nice Ram. Well, we got the, quote. The money it would have been to fix it would have been the money more than I would have had to get it all put back together and running. So I call what you would consider totaled. I didn't have a car for a while. So we came to an agreement, having had gone that, and being absolutely just bummed that I was not able to have anything to get me to make money, to be a good human again, a citizen again, a gentleman again. Because I stuck it out for all that phase, I was given a blessing. And luckily, I have the opportunity, guys, I'm not to downgrade and depreciate those of you who don't have it, okay? This is just to understand that when bad things happen, not to let go. When that truck was taken away from me, and I didn't have that thing I bought and I loved and cherished and was glorious that was mine, my parents ended up getting me a car. A reliable car. And that reliable car was that orange Mazda you all see me drive all the time. That car's paid off. That car's mine. I can do whatever it is I want with it. No matter what. Now, until it dies. Like on wood. But the point is, do you remember when I had the Volvo and I couldn't go nowhere? Couldn't do nothing? I stuck it out. I didn't say I don't want it. I stuck it out. I lived with it. I dealt with it. That put me in the truck. Little nicer. Still the same rule. But it got a little better, right? Things start looking up a little bit. And after I started looking up a little bit, I started knowing that I'm able to get my own car. I can do what I want. That truck, got me into a bigger truck. Something I always wanted. Now, unfortunately, that car is not going to last very long. Or that truck. Of course, it didn't last long, only lasted me 2 days. But that put me back into a car, a newer car, that was reliable. Not even 100,000 miles on it, guys. That's incredible. It was only at like 45,000 miles. I'm at 90,000, so you can see how many miles I've put on it. About 50,000 miles, guys. That's a lot. But the point is, I stuck it out. And I'm at a better, more reliable car. Okay? That's just my car. The second one we're going to discuss is my job. Do y'all remember those jobs I told you about? Now, if I'd have stuck with one and been miserable, I may not have understood what life had for me. But I was like, I can't do this. Get fired, do this, do that. Well, a lot of them, guys, I did get let go from. Not by my choice. Because I just wasn't giving my heart. Alright? And because I wasn't giving my heart, it wasn't for me. And when it wasn't for me, it was meant that I wasn't supposed to do it. So, from starting out as scooping ice cream to parking planes, a couple $1 million worth, it was a big step. But that's where you're wrong. Because I had a lot of steps in between. A lot of them failed me, and a lot of them broke me. The title, get it? Because I broke, it led me to better things. And one good example, okay, and it leads up to where I am now. As a lot of you guys know, I went and ran off to a different state, Texas. Alright, a buddy of mine took me there. And I was just eavesdruck at the kinds of things I was looking at, getting into. I wanted to make money. I was trying, didn't have a car. We had a car to use, but it was mine. So I was like, I gotta go back home. At the time, I got to know somebody that told me you need to go back home by spirit, okay? And by the heart. So, being all rebellious as I was, I didn't want to, but being a gentleman that I was, I said, enough is enough. I got to go back home. Got all the stuff I needed. I left that place that I was in, and got on a bus. 2 days later, I got back home. Got a call. Call from an employer. You know who that was? It's that store you all seem to save money and live better. You guys know what that is? Let you guys guess. That's right, guys. It's Walmart. Of all people, of 18 different applications I dropped in, Walmart called me. You think Walmart was the place I wanted to call me? No. It wasn't. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to do it. When they called me, I was stocking food. Grabbing a can of beans, putting it on the shelf. Grabbing a can of beans, putting it on the shelf. Grabbing a can of tomatoes, putting that on the shelf. Grabbing some toothpaste, putting that on the shelf too. Grabbing some other non-mentionables, putting them in the lock cage too. Kind of need them too, right? Anyway, guys, the point I'm making here is I didn't want to, I did it. I manned up. Because the road wasn't meant to end there. So one night, there was a condition that I was presented that was my breaking point. My breaking point for where I was and led me to my upgraded progress. Do you remember what that was? That was the frozen and dairy section. Guess who had enough of that? My coworker. You know what that did? That opened the position for me, which meant what? A promotion. 18 different jobs, and I got me that promotion. I could have gotten it way before, but I wouldn't have been happy because I wasn't meant to get the promotion. Okay? So I got the promotion. I worked hard, worked hard, worked hard. I was given the opportunity to go open a store. You know what? I said yes. Okay? Shh. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The more you say no in life, the more chances you don't have to be successful. That's it. That's right. The more chances that you guys say no to, you won't be as successful. Because how do you know if you don't try? How do you know if you don't step up and try the interstate? How do you know if you don't step up and try a new path? How do you know if you don't step up and try new food? How do you know if you don't step up and try a new job? How do you know if you don't step up and try on a new outfit? You know? So, I said yes. I said yes to the place. Say yes to the dress. I said yes to the workplace. And I went there, and I gave them everything I got. And something told me, you should be here. Because something is coming. Stuck it out. I made a lot of friends. Made a lot of acquaintances. A lot of colleagues and networked. And a lot of good people. And kept them around. That's different from playing them. Okay? I kept them back because I knew they were going to be good for my success. And I was going to be good for theirs as well. Because I taught them some skills not to give up, because good things are going to be coming for not just me, but for you as well. Okay? Now, that particular moment led me to a promotion of the entire department back at my home store and managing something else, getting a pay increase there. Okay? So I worked there for a while, and I hustled and I hustled and I hustled. I gave everything I got. I gave more than my effort. I went above and beyond the Call of Duty, went above and beyond what was asked for. You know what that led me to? Another opportunity. Another store needed to do what's called a reset, which means I need to change a whole particular area of shelves with the little price tags and plastic covers and shelves and all that. They could have picked anybody. They picked me. Because they knew I knew what I was doing. Okay? Because I showed them I'm not giving up. I'm not saying no. And I knew what I was doing because I paid attention, I gave up my all, and I knew something better was coming. Okay? So I stuck it out, I said yes, and I left, and they were amazed. Now, I ran into a guy that at first I wasn't really fond of, and we talked here and there. He said some things back and forth. I didn't really think it was going to lead to something, but my faith said, hold up. Let him stick around for just a little bit more. Talk with him. Get to know him a little bit. And as I got to know him and I went to the same store. And one night, guys, I'll never forget this. It was break time. He came outside with me. We was at the flagpole. And we had a conversation. And he pulled up his phone. And he flipped through it like y'all flip through Instagram. Just scrolling. You see this? This. Right here. I was like, yeah, I see it. He goes, you should apply, man. You want to go work at the airport? I was like, yeah, why not? I mean, that seems a little fishy that it's coming from an online advertisement. Craigslist, Facebook ads, all that. eBay. What have I got to lose? I'll keep myself guarded and close and wrapped around myself. I'll give it a shot. You should go work for Swissport. Alright, what? I'll learn a skill. It's just something new. Maybe I could go see a plane for what have you. Signed up. I didn't think I was getting it. 3 days later, guys, I got the email. The email said, welcome aboard. I'm like, okay, here we go. This is just a phony email. You're ready for training. What? So I went for training, and I ended up having some doubts, and I worked a couple of flights, and my first flight didn't go well. My first team didn't learn a lot, so I said, you know what? I can't stop sticking around. I gotta keep trying. I moved on to another team because that was where I was meant to be, okay? And I didn't really like the guy I was working with, but he trusted me because I showed him that I knew what I was doing. And if you're watching this, buddy, I know you know who you are. I congratulate you. I want to thank you for giving me and teaching me everything, man. I can't believe we're working now, man. You rock. So I went ahead and I worked and I worked and I worked, and then there was one guy who wanted me, okay? And I gave everything. I gave OT. I gave all my skills. I went and learned a lot, did modules, went to classes. Really was a professional gentleman, okay? And, you know, always adhering to my elders, and this, that, and the other, okay? And it carried me. It carried me to one of the teams that allowed me to work a flight my entire self. I mean, loading it, closing it out, being able to orchestrate all my team members, this, that, the other. And I'm not talking about guys that were in their teens. We're talking about 20 to 30-year-olds, sometimes 40-year-olds, guys. They trusted me. So I was like, maybe I have potential. So I took myself and I said, I know I'm worth more. I'm going to go look elsewhere. And Piedmont decided to give a reach out to me. Piedmont took me in. I worked for American. I worked for them for a good while. Learned how to push. Learned how to tow. I learned how to talk on the headset. I learned how to do a whole lot, guys. Look at me now. So I went to Swissport back again. Yes, I went back there. But I went to United. Big boys. And said, I need to learn to work for United, a major airline carrier. So I worked the express flights and started as an agent. I got frustrated and I said, I'm worth more. I know I can do this. Granted, I never did that, but that was the mentality I had. But I carried myself in a very professional, well-struck individual in the team. And one guy, and if you know who you're watching, this part goes out to you. Thank you. I owe you everything. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. Okay? And you could tag yourself or say hi in the video if you want to disclose yourself. But I'll leave that to you. I want to, but I'll leave it up to you. Anyway, guys. So, he ended up giving me a radio. I led a couple flights, and he said, you're ready, go ahead and work the rest of them on your own. So they put me into a team lead, and now I'm leading all these flights. I led 1, then I led 3, and then I led 5, and then I went to another area and worked on them, and led them, and worked a whole bunch of them. So I think I got where I'm going with that, okay? And then I said, wait a minute. I know United's policy. I know how to push. I know how to talk. I know how to communicate. I know how to be professional. I know how to network. What have I got to lose? I'm going to go apply for United. So I applied for United. And lo and behold, I got the email. Welcome to United Airlines. Welcome aboard. I did that because I never stopped. Just like I showed you on this picture, even though at one of these branches, okay, I wanted to fail and give up and go somewhere else and try something new, I knew that eventually it would lead to where I'm supposed to be. Okay? Which is where I am now. And this dotted hash is where I'm gonna be at the very end. And to let you guys in on a big disclosure here, being a person on the ramp on the tarmac is not my very goal. I plan to go a lot farther than that. So I'm going to try and progress my career. But I went from scooping ice cream, guys, Monday through Friday, to spending a week in a new career. I don't mean a job, I mean a career. Some of you guys haven't met your career yet, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up for it, because if you haven't, you're gonna get there. Okay? But I was fortunate enough to say yes and no. I'm better than that, meaning I will give it a try, but I know I am potentially worth more than I am staying at now. So I progressed and advanced myself. Okay? And that was because I was not afraid to break. There were moments that broke me, but I came out stronger. Okay? So, we went over my car, we went over my work. The last one I'm going to talk about, guys, it's going to be a bit of a disclosure here for this video. I've been in a lot of relationships. Guys, I'm not proud of that. I'm not. I look back on them, but I'm happy. I'm happy that I gave everything that I possibly could in each and every one of my relationships. Okay? I gave all the love I had, all the sincerity I had, all the progress I had, all the determination I had, all the courage, all the faith, okay, and love, intimacy, compassion. Granted, there was some frustration, but that didn't stop me. What stopped me was him. He was the one who stopped my first engagement, told me that it's way too soon. It needs to progress more than it had. I need to get to realize that there's some steps that I had to have taken before I got to that commitment. And the foundation that I had it based upon was not very solid. So I pulled myself. Then I carried myself on to the next one. And I thought it was great. And that one didn't turn out well either. And I had another engagement because I thought I was ready. Turns out, wasn't ready for that one either. That was when I found my career. Now, folks, that is a very, very difficult time for somebody to endure when a brand new condition is brought into their life, especially when they're trying to keep up with themselves in their own faith. So not only was I fighting love, I was fighting my faith, I was fighting my family, I was fighting my career. 4 battles I was fighting in the war of my own self. And you know who won? 4 battles. You think you know who won this? He did. because I pulled myself from that one too. I realized that it wasn't time. It wasn't time to step up. Now, throughout that, I did grow up and leave my house, okay, at the time, which was my parents' place, got my own apartment with a roommate. I upgraded, living on my own, going to work, coming home, making my own suppers, meeting my own roommate and shit. I'm sorry. I apologize for the language. I should not have said that, okay? I'm completely sorry. And my third engagement that failed me was also an act of God. Okay? It was him. This particular engagement was the one that I distanced myself from a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, a lot of my coworkers, a lot of my close people. Okay? Partners should never distance you from them. They should never get jealous of you, jealous of your time, jealous of your own worth. Okay? They should be jealous that they're not doing things together to make you happier. Okay? So, having said that, I realized when I first got my last job, they weren't really around to support that for me. Now, that was a dream of mine, to work for an airline that big. And they weren't really around for that. Okay? So that was a major red flag to me that it's just not time yet. Okay? So again, I, by him and me, pulled myself and said it's not time. Okay? Right now, as if you guys watching this video, yes, I am single. Okay? But, and I mean but, and there's a big but. Right now, I just started my new job not even 2.5 months ago. It's time to focus on myself. It's time to really drive where I need to be so things can start going downhill. Now, it's not to say that while I'm focusing on myself, if you want to jump in and help get there with me, you're more than welcome to do so. But it's not going to be an easy ride. It's not going to be a smooth ride. It's going to be a little bumpy, but it's going to be a worth ride. It's going to be worth it at the end. Okay? I found this career because I want to travel. I want to see new places. I want to eat new things. I want to see new people, okay, in different areas. See different landscapes. Appreciate what God has created. Okay? I love what I do. I love it. I go in, it puts a smile on my face. I get sad when I don't go to work. I'll be honest, the fact that I'm home furloughed for a couple of days, it's not good. Guys, it makes me hurt. I love going to work. Maybe it's one of my faults, but I love to work. You know why? Because when you open your window inside the plane and you see my face smiling, having a good time, goofing off, well, goofing off because the work is done and putting a smile on your face, like you guys have seen that dancer with the wands pushing the plane out. You guys laughed and had a good time, right? But the work was done and properly, right? That's my goal. My goal is when you open that window and you see my face and you leave going wherever you go, you remember me. And when you land, you'll remember my face too. It'll be a good time. And you'll get off that plane with a big smile on your face and you'll go see your family or your friends everything. I drive for you guys to see that. At my expense, at my time. Time is priceless, guys. Time cannot be given a value. It can be given a value at the end of your life, because that's when time is completed. Right? If you have no more time, time is done. So a lot of things broke me. My marriages, I've never been married. My engagements, my jobs that I've got fired from, let go of, the cars that let go of me, the places I had to escape from, they failed me. But where am I now? I love my job, got my own car, I'm getting all my debts paid off. I'm in a good position because I stuck it out. Okay? I hope that this video, guys, hits home for you. I love you guys to death. I want to see each and every one of you guys succeed, thrive, love, cherish, and have a great, prosperous, and loving life. Okay? However your faith is, however you are, your love is bound. I want to see you smile and have a good time. Okay? And I can't wait to see all your success, all your love, your happiness, your joy, everything. Okay? I love y'all. Mwah. I can't wait to see y'all in person once this whole thing is done. And y'all take care now, alright? Bye-bye now.